Hello YouTube, welcome to day number 125. What is the best split? Okay, so you go to the gym. You've been going to the gym quite consistently now, and you've tried a couple of splits out, but you don't know what the best split is. I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, I'm going to give you the answer. It is whatever split you can stick to, okay? Whatever split you will consistently follow. As long as this split hits each muscle group 2 times per week, you're good, okay? And you just need to follow a split and just stick with it, man. Like, stop changing your split every month because you're not giving yourself time to progress the split. You know, you like start a new split. You might have found the best split for you, but you didn't give it enough time. Okay, stick with a split for like 3 to 6 months. See if you like it. See if you notice any gains. You need patience. Okay, you need patience in the game of bodybuilding. Okay, now if you came here looking for advice on what split to do, if you're a beginner or intermediate, so if you've been lifting 0 days all the way to 2 to 3 years, let's say, I recommend you do the upper lower split. So the upper lower split is great in my opinion because it gives you enough rest days. It gives you a lot of time to recover in between sessions, and you're also hitting each muscle group 2 times per week. And it's straightforward. It's easy to understand. You know, you do your upper body and then you do your lower body. There's not any crossover really, unless you include your lower back, which you will just hit in your lower day, and then abs in your upper day, you know? Now, I think push-pull legs is overrated and underrated, depending on who you're talking to. I think it's a good option, definitely. It's easy to understand. You know, you're pushing muscles, you're pulling muscles, and your legs. It's easy to understand. It gives you more than enough time to recover in between each session. And you get like a rest day, maybe 2 rest days, depending on how you program it. If you are going to do push-pull legs, then I recommend not putting pull and legs right next to each other because I feel like there's some overlap, especially if you're doing something like RDLs or SLDLs. You're going to get your upper back and your lower back engaged while you're doing that. So even though you're trying to target your hamstrings and your glutes, your back's going to get kind of cooked. So if your back's already sore, and it's just going to hinder the recovery process. But then if you do RDLs or an SLDL before you try and do back, then your back's going to be cooked for back day. So I don't see a point in, you know, putting them next to each other. Give them a bit of time to recover in between. Push-pull legs and upper lower are 2 splits that I enjoy. Though if you can't decide between picking one of them, then I would suggest doing something like upper lower rest, push-pull legs rest. And that works out perfectly if you like certain training days on certain days of the week. Because that is a 7-day split. So I don't really have much of a structure outside of the gym, as in like my days aren't the same every single day. So I don't really need my days to be aligned. You know, I don't need it to be on a 7-day cycle. But if you're someone who likes to have it on a 7-day cycle, then something like upper lower rest, upper lower rest would be good. Or what I just said, upper lower rest, push pull legs rest. That's also another good option if you can't decide between upper lower or push-pull legs. Another split that is good to consider, but it's hard to execute with no knowledge, is the full body split. So I think it's very easy to misinterpret this split and think that you need to be hitting your entire body like to the fullest extent every single time that you do a full body day, sorry. But when you do a full body day, you don't necessarily have to hit every single muscle group. So what I would recommend if you want to start doing that is you should go in there and start with some compounds. Okay, so that's just any exercises that work more than one muscle at the same time. So compounds are going to be your best friend if you are doing full body, because that doesn't mean that you have to do like 2 sets for each muscle group and 2 exercises, because that would take like 2 hours to finish all that in the gym if you're doing full body. So do some compounds, do like 1 exercise per muscle group. I've also heard of the Batman split, I think that's popular now. I didn't know what it actually was. I just knew the name of it. But it is chest and biceps. I'm going to stop myself there because I just watched a TikTok, and apparently the Batman split isn't even like a traditional split. It's more of a way of organizing your training where you just hit everything that gives you a superhero look. So you don't really hit legs, but you prioritize like shoulders and upper chest and biceps and arms, you know, the very superhero kind of build. But I don't like the sound of that because you only hit legs once a week. People try and justify it saying, you know, it's just prioritizing what you want to get bigger. You know, we don't really care about legs, but I think legs are important, and I think it's just a way of getting around hitting legs, you know. They're a bit scared of legs, a bit scaredy cat like. But yeah, so my recommendation basically is just upper lower. If you don't like upper lower, try push pull legs. If you can't decide between those two, then do upper lower rest, push pull legs rest. That's what I do basically. I can't decide between doing upper lower or doing push pull legs, so I'll do a mixture of both, and it works out quite nice. It works out actually more than nice. I think it's my favorite split. I think it has a name. I'm assuming it has a name other than push pull legs upper lower, but I don't know. That's what I call it. So if you're new to the gym, then try out push pull legs upper lower, or just try out upper lower if you're new to the gym. If you're interested, I have a full guide on not guide, like I've got a whole workout plan for upper lower on my Heavy account. It will be link in bio. Link in bio. I'm so used to hearing people say that. It's link in description of this video. It's getting noisy now, but yeah, Heavy is a app where you can log your workouts basically. You use it while you're working out, and you use it to say you do a set of, I don't know, like chest press. You just put in the chest press exercise, and then you select how much weight you did, how many reps you got, and then you can tick it off, and then you can add more sets, remove more sets. You can make it a drop set, you can make it a set to failure, like you can mark it as different things, you can put notes in there. It's just a really useful tool basically to have, especially if you're new to the gym, because it lets you start tracking stuff. So you know if you're improving or not, and you know what's going wrong almost, or where you're going wrong. Yeah, so you can track the start of your gym journey, I guess. I think that's a regret that a lot of people don't know, that a lot of people have, is they never like tracked, they never logged it, like they didn't take before pictures. I don't have any before pictures, not like proper before pictures. So yeah, I just have peak skinny fat build pictures after I tried to bulk. The end of this video is really cooked, but thank you for watching. I will see you next time. I wasn't even supposed to upload today, but I decided that my back was too sore. It wasn't going to recover in time for an upper day, so I just hit everything that I would have hit on upper day, except for back. So yeah, thank you for watching. Today was day number 125. I will see you next time, whenever. I don't know when, but yeah, bye bye.